Residents of Onilekere community in Ikeja area of Lagos are asking the state government to come to their aid to save them from the menace of gully erosion, which happens or becomes worse each time it rains. Now, the canal that passed through their community, which is supposed to channel water properly, has become silted up and blocked with refuse, all manner of refuse, I dare say. And therefore, they are asking government to come to their aid because their self-help effort may not bring the desired solution. This is supposed to be a canal that channels water each time it rains. But here in Onilekere community, this is not the case. The residents told me that for 15 years or thereabout, they've been facing this challenge because the canal is completely blocked and filled with refuse. And this refuse doesn't just come from this community, but comes from different places where the water has been channeled through this community to Okafa Canal. Now, what happens is that after each rain, the residents are faced with a lot of flooding, which have made some of them to pack out from their buildings.
Over 30 communities are served by this canal, including Olumo and Onilekere. Every rainy season, however, brings them nightmare. Lives have been lost and property worth millions of naira destroyed. Evangelist Harry Aniebet is one of those badly affected. I deserted my home because of the devastating impact of flood caused by the blocked canal, he told me.
The side that we are at Olumo, once it comes like that, when it overflow the canal, he empty this debris into the streets, and at the end of the day, we will clear them. We can clear it today, the next day the rain comes again, and the thing is emptied on the streets, and we clear them. That has been the challenge, and it's not been easy. Because of this, I left my house in July. The church have to hurriedly get an apartment for me at Ikeja, which I'll be coming from a long distance to work here.
Like Harry, many other residents of surrounding communities describe the situation as worrisome, saying all effort to get government's attention have remained unsuccessful.
Over 10 years, if records could be actually recorded in Lagos, we've gone to Ministry of Environment, we've gone to the local government, we've gone to the chairman on this issue. As far as to Alausa, I personally took letters to Alausa, and what they told us was we should just wait for the government. And we can't wait for government for our life. We need these things to just so we can sleep. Government, I wish if government had actually responded to our plan, these things would have been done by now. Over 8 years, different generations have been going to meet them for the same issue and no response. So that's why we started on ourselves last year, after the flood that took almost everybody's property last year, around June, to arrange among ourselves, see what we can tax among ourselves. Some companies around, if they can give, some churches have been very good to us. So the little money we have, that's what we actually started to embark on this program.
If this very bottleneck that you see that separates us from the airport, international airport, if it's not taken care of, if it's not widened, then not much effect is going to be felt no matter how much we dredge, because you can see that is where the accumulation of the debts are. That is where they get caught up, and it's not able to flow when it rains, and it starts to overturn to the sides, and this is what we mostly face. And I think basically that's the biggest aspect. This is just one of it. There's another one coming from the other side of the road, has the same bottleneck bridge, that doesn't allow the flow of dirt. So at the when rain comes, it rises up, the dirt block up the place, and it rises up, and at the end of the day we have flood. The water has to look for other places to go to until after the rains, and this is what we face like year in, year out.
The residents have therefore resorted to this self-help effort to dredge the canal, but are now stuck due to paucity of fund.
To this point now, to bring the machine works for 330 a day. We spend close to about 1.8 million for this one that I was saying now. The somebody that works here, we pay him 310,000 naira per day. And the cost of bringing the machine here, the songbook here, is 400,000 naira, which is not negotiable. So we are looking to work for more hours, more days, so that this thing can be done. And it is beyond our power because the funds are not coming in again.
And in the past, we have spoken with the government. They have agreed to come and do something, but they never turn up. So we resorted to self-help. We tasked ourselves. We went around, got some money, and we started something so that it won't be as bad as it normally is. So if we get the government to join forces with us, at least we can do something temporary till they are ready to put the big budget on it and have everywhere properly constructed.
We always believe that maybe government wants the people to show self-help first before they can come in. That is why we've take the lead to help ourselves. Don't let us die in silence. It is a work of nature. We can't stop God from bringing rain. I wish I could pray that there will be no rain so that we can sleep with our eyes closed. In my house, once there is a sign of rain, I do not sleep.
Our crew set out to visit the site of the dredging effort by the community through this rough and difficult terrain. Finally, we arrived. Though this community effort is quite visible, the project no doubt is capital intensive, an enormous task to be carried out by residents alone. Little wonder they are asking for quick intervention by concerned authorities to save their lives from the gradual but constant dissection of the landscape here and the resultant flooding during heavy rains.